Now, there is a science behind relationships between men and women, according to the world-renowned Dr. John Gray. During his last visit to the UAE, The Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus author engaged the country's multicultural community and discussed the truth behind each gender, what works and what doesn't, as well as how individuals and organisations can leverage on these to become successful in personal and business partnerships, as Khadija Salih finds out.
200 nationalities living and working harmoniously together in the UAE is an ideal situation, and is oftentimes called phenomenal. However, Dr. John Gray identified underlying issues which still plague the perfect setup. Issues which, according to him, are common with the rest of the world.
Thinking it's the cultural differences that keep us apart, when really it's the lack of gender intelligence that helps us to understand women's needs, men's needs. And once we have a better understanding, we know what we're dealing with from a place of acceptance, then we can solve those problems.
Among these is finding the right life partner. Dr. Gray says, as the number of women entering the workplace grew across the globe in the last decade, their stress levels also increased compared to men. Role reversal is among the culprits.
When she comes home, she doesn't know how to take off that armor. So she's more on what we'll call the masculine side. She's been generating masculine hormones throughout the day. When she comes home, she's not making feminine hormones. And for women, if they don't make enough feminine hormones, estrogen and progesterone and oxytocin, without those hormones, her stress levels will be higher. And what men have to learn is you can't make a woman happy. Don't make your happiness dependent on making her happy, but you can make her happier. Help her. But she has to learn how to find that happiness inside. We'll call that femininity.
He says from failed relationships to understanding the role of women at a work setting, all boils down to this. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus. Something many already know too well, but still fail to understand.
He was giving so many examples that were exactly the way that I think. So many times I had those arguments with my boyfriends, and I say this, you just don't understand me, you just don't give me attention, you just don't do this. And it's something so small, and as he focused on, it's the small things that add up to so much more. So that's always where I seem to go wrong.
In my team, I have people from Arab country, I have from Asian countries, I have from African countries as well. So it's like different women with different kind of mentality altogether. So that's where I think it's more challenging.
Men tend to joke a lot. They don't take things too seriously. If there's any conversation, it always goes to beer and movies and sports. So, yeah, but in ways, men, they are quite different from women.
For men, they have to earn their success. That's what makes men want to commit. When it's too easy, men become weak and they become addicted to things that are too easy. I don't want to make the commitment. I want to be able to do this and this and this. But as far as a woman in a city like this where things come easy to a man, what you do is you make sure that you're not easy for him. Because these men think that they should have everything they want, immediate gratification, and you have to set a boundary and you have to go slow in your relationships. If he wants you, he has to earn you. And that's another important relationship skill that women have been losing, not just here, but around the world. When men don't have a lot of money, a man who does make money becomes very desirable to many women. So now women are competing for the men who have jobs. And when women compete for men, it's backwards. It's men should always be competing for the women. But now women are competing. They take in the male role. And when women take the male role, men become more passive and they won't make the commitment. So women then try to make up for that by offering everything the man wants. And that's a huge mistake. You need to back off and make them suffer, if you want to put it that way.
While relationships do require work, he says knowing and understanding each other's roles is a good start.
Instead of thinking it's always your partner that's ruined the relationship, how did I contribute to it? And they discover that a woman has the power to bring out the best in a man. A man has the power to bring out the best in a woman. When you discover how, then hope emerges and your heart opens and you can feel that love that you lost. You can feel that passion that got lost. And then why not be together?
The worlds of difference between a man and a woman's thought process, emotions, reactions, and reasons may seem daunting. However, Dr. Gray says it takes finding the balance, respecting personal space, and embracing differences for successful relationships in love, family, and work, all in the same planet. Khadija Salih, UAE Weekly.